Buenos días y bienvenidos al acto de presentación del jugador del Real Madrid, Jude Bellingham.
Is Bellingham, is this his moment? He puts it! Oh, what a moment for Jude Bellingham! 16 years of age! Remember the moment, Jude Bellingham!
Jude Bellingham, that's excellent. Jude Bellingham, this is absolutely brilliant. Jude Bellingham! Absolutely magnificent. He is a young man with the world at his feet. Drive, technique, belief, and then the skill.
That's a lovely ball off Bellingham. He's got inside, needs to finish. Oh, he can finish. Jude Bellingham can finish. And that is his third goal in 2 games.
Bellingham works it well. Bellingham! Special!
That's a great ball by Bellingham. Oh, what a finish that is!
Grant, and the spin and the turn. Bellingham's there for Dortmund! Jude Bellingham! Icy cool!
Bellingham shrugs off Silas. Jude Bellingham! Sit back, enjoying it.
Attention danger, 3 contre 3, géré avec Jude Bellingham dans la surface de réparation. Bellingham une nouvelle fois! Oh, toute la classe géniale de l'international anglais!
Change of passes, they deserve a third, and it arrives now for Jude Bellingham.
Brilliant, that is sensational from Bellingham, magnificent from the young Englishman.
Command performance from Bellingham, and he seals it with a goal. Jude Bellingham, drifting it forward, what a ball! Oh, what a sensational goal! That is pure class!
De hand legt goed af, het schot. Bellingham, en het is 1-0 voor Borussia Dortmund.
Adeyemi into Bellingham, the back heel. Adeyemi goes again. Adeyemi's chance has been taken.
His own man and back in again, and Bellingham! He scored once before against City. He's done it again. as Bellingham strides forward. He's got support. It will change now. England take the lead. Shaw.
Bellingham. What a moment for the 19-year-old.
Tiene la palabra el presidente del Real Madrid, Florentino Pérez.
Jude Bellingham, Denis y Marc, padres de Bellingham, yo, hermano de Bellingham, miembros de la Junta Directiva, patronos de la Fundación Real Madrid, Pirri, Raúl, Emilio, Butragueño y Solare, leyendas del Real Madrid, socios y peñistas. Buenas tardes y bienvenidos a la ciudad Real Madrid. Hoy vuelve a ser un día de ilusión y de grandes emociones para todos los madridistas. Y es también un gran día para que todos los que sentimos pasión por el Real Madrid estemos orgullosos de lo que significa este club en el mundo. La grandeza y la leyenda de nuestros 121 años de historia se han construido con figuras que han agigantado nuestro palmarés y que han enamorado con su fútbol a millones de personas. Jugadores con un talento diferente y que han hecho suyo los valores que desprenden este escudo y esta camiseta. Siempre decimos que una parte fundamental de los éxitos que conseguimos juntos es porque nuestros jugadores sienten con especial emoción lo que significa ser del Real Madrid. En definitiva, jugadores que son madridistas. Por eso digo que hoy es uno de esos días en los que nos debemos de sentir muy orgullosos porque llega al Real Madrid uno de los mejores jugadores del mundo. Y hoy está aquí con nosotros porque él así lo ha querido. Podía haber elegido su destino entre todos los grandes clubes que deseaban contar con un jugador como él, pero él ha decidido que su historia tenía que estar unida al club más prestigioso del fútbol mundial. Por eso damos la bienvenida como nuevo jugador del Real Madrid a Jude Bellingham. Querido Jude, ya ha llegado este momento con el que tanto habías soñado. Sé muy bien todo lo que has trabajado para formar parte del club de las 14 Copas de Europa. Bienvenido al Real Madrid. Quiero transmitirte nuestro agradecimiento porque has hecho todo lo posible para que hoy pudieras cumplir tu gran sueño. Gracias por ser madridista y por tener la ambición de seguir construyendo tu propia historia en este club, que es el más querido y admirado, pero también el más exigente del mundo. A partir de este momento te acompañarán para siempre los valores que nos identifican y que nos ayudan a conseguir lo que para muchos puede parecer imposible. Seguro que te has enamorado del Real Madrid como tantos millones de niños viendo cómo se han conquistado las 5 Champions de las últimas 10 temporadas. En estos partidos inolvidables, en estas espectaculares remontadas, en esas grandes finales, están todos nuestros valores: trabajo, superación, compañerismo, respeto, humildad, solidaridad y algo que nos caracteriza y que para nosotros es una actitud ante la vida. En el Real Madrid no nos rendimos nunca. Querido Jude, te espera el Santiago Bernabéu. Allí sentirás la emoción de la historia del fútbol. Allí estarán presentes en cada partido los corazones de millones y millones de personas que están unidas por un mismo sentimiento, un sentimiento madridista, que te va a acompañar siempre y que te ayudará a conquistar todo lo que te espera en este club. Esa será tu gran fortaleza para hacer frente a las adversidades y para superar la presión de ser jugador del Real Madrid. Y al igual que han estado siempre a tu lado, también en esta etapa que será la más importante y la más excitante de tu vida, te acompañan tus seres queridos. Hoy damos también la bienvenida a tu familia, a tus padres, Denise y Marc, a tu hermano Joe, que están aquí con nosotros. Con su cariño y su apoyo te han ayudado a crecer en la vida y a ser hoy lo que ya eres en el mundo del fútbol. Tienes tan solo 19 años y te has convertido en uno de esos jugadores que todos los aficionados queremos ver en un estadio de fútbol. Llegas al Real Madrid procedente de uno de los grandes clubes europeos, con el que tenemos una gran relación de amistad, basada en la admiración y el respeto mutuo, como es el Borussia de Dortmund. Allí has crecido y has triunfado, y te has ganado el cariño de todos. Te acaban de elegir como el mejor jugador de la temporada en una competición de tanto prestigio como es la Bundesliga. Has sido un jugador determinante en estos 3 años en el Borussia Dortmund, con varios momentos inolvidables. Fuiste el goleador más joven de su historia y el jugador inglés más joven en debutar en la Champions con 17 años. También hiciste historia con el equipo que te vio nacer como futbolista. Con tan solo 16 años fuiste el jugador más joven en disputar un partido oficial con el Birmingham City en sus 144 años de historia. Y 25 días después de aquel debut te convertiste en el goleador más joven del histórico club inglés, hasta el punto de que cuando fuiste traspasado al Borussia, el Birmingham retiró tu dorsal, el dorsal de un jugador de 17 años. En el Borussia te proclamaste campeón de la Copa de Alemania y te convertiste en su capitán, el capitán más joven de la Bundesliga desde hace casi 3 décadas. Y con la selección de Inglaterra ya eres uno de sus grandes jugadores y te has ganado la admiración de todo el mundo. En el pasado Mundial lograste ser el segundo goleador más joven de la historia de Inglaterra en una Copa del Mundo. Y en junio de 2021 conseguiste otro récord, ser el jugador más joven de la historia en jugar una Eurocopa con tan solo 17 años. Son números que demuestran que estamos ante un jugador de una clase extraordinaria y que está llamado a darnos muchas alegrías a los madridistas. Querido Jude, hoy inicias en el Real Madrid la aventura más apasionante de tu vida. Has venido a este club porque este era tu gran sueño. Te esperan momentos emocionantes que van a confirmar por qué querías estar aquí. Vas a vivir sensaciones que solo están al alcance de los elegidos y aquí intentaremos que seas feliz para conseguir todo lo que te queda por ganar. Son desafíos para los que ya estás preparado, pero no olvides nunca que con este escudo y esta camiseta nada te resultará imposible. Ya perteneces al corazón de todos los madridistas. Enhorabuena y bienvenido a la que ya es tu casa. Thank you for coming and welcome home. Muchas gracias.
Tiene la palabra el jugador del Real Madrid, Jude Bellingham.
Hola a todos and hola madridistas. I just want to say thank you everyone in the room and everyone watching online for joining me for the proudest day of my life, the day where I joined the greatest football club in the history of the game. So yeah, thank you very much. There's a lot of people to thank for getting me here to this point, Borussia Dortmund, Birmingham City, the people that work there, but also the bosses here, Mr. President, Uni Calafat, Jose Angel, and of course, most importantly, my family for all the support and making the deal as easy as possible. So thank you very much. And finally, a la Madrid.
Sí, probando. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Bien, probando. 1, 2, 3, 21, 22, 23. Bien.
Buenas tardes, querido Jude. Como ha dicho el presidente, los madridistas estamos muy orgullosos de contar con un jugador como tú que ha elegido el Real Madrid para crecer como uno de los mejores jugadores del mundo. Estamos muy agradecidos y muy contentos y, por supuesto, haremos todo lo posible para que tanto tú como tu familia seáis muy felices en esta nueva etapa de tu vida. Ya eres jugador del Real Madrid, así que muchas felicidades y nuestros mejores deseos para que se cumplan todos tus deseos con este escudo y esta camiseta. Bienvenido al Real Madrid. Thank you so much for being with us. Very welcome home.
Gracias. Comenzamos ahora el turno de preguntas. Por favor, recuerden, hacemos una pregunta por intervención y antes de identificarse con su nombre y el del medio, we begin now the round of questions. Please remember, we do one question per intervention and you have to identify with the name and the company that you represent.
Jude, aquí, al fondo, en directo, Nico Díaz Menéndez para Real Madrid Televisión. Lo primero, bienvenido a tu casa, a tu nueva casa, al Real Madrid. Has dicho que hoy es el día más importante de tu vida. Quería saber por qué te hace tan feliz venir al Real Madrid. Gracias.
Good afternoon, everyone, for a start. Nice to meet you all. Hopefully we can have a good relationship over the next few years. So, the reason why I said it's the proudest day of my life is, like I said in the speech, is because it's the greatest football club in the history of the game, and not many players get the opportunity to play at such a brilliant club, such a historic club. I feel really grateful. And like I said, I'm very thankful to the people that have brought me here and have given me the opportunity to play for this team.
Aquí, Jude, bienvenido. Había muchos equipos interesados en ti, de la Premier, de los equipos más fuertes. Me consta que incluso pagando más dinero que lo que pagaba el Real Madrid. A mí me gustaría saber por qué has elegido el Real Madrid.
Yeah, for a start, money's not a thing for me. I don't think about money at all when I make these kind of decisions. I never will. I play the game purely out of love. I spoke with the people when I was given permission by Borussia Dortmund. I spoke with Uni, I spoke with Jose Angel, and I loved the feeling I got from the club. I couldn't hide it. I told them more or less straight away what I felt about the club, and after I made my decision, I wanted it to all happen quickly. It wasn't a case of the other teams are bad or they weren't good. It's just that, for me, Madrid is the greatest.
Vas a llevar el dorsal 5. Siempre habías llevado el número 22, que tiene aquí Rudiger, que tenía. ¿Por qué has elegido el número 5 y en el futuro intentarás recuperar el 22? Gracias.
Yeah, for a start, I'd like to thank Jesus Vallejo for letting me wear the number 5. I had some contact with him just to see if it was okay with him, and he was a brilliant guy in letting me wear it and just being so nice about it. So yeah, I'm very grateful to him. But I've said in many interviews how much I admire Zinedine Zidane, the legacy he has in the club, and with this number, I'm not trying to be the same as him. I'm just trying to be Jude, but it's definitely a bit of homage to how great he was. And as far as the 22 is concerned, it's the number I've worn. It's a number that has a lot of meaning to me. And in my heart, I'm still a 22, but just wearing 5 on the back. And yeah, we'll see what happens for the future. But right now, I'm really happy to be given this honour of wearing that number.
Buenos días, soy Antón Meana de la cadena SER. Quería saber cuál es su opinión acerca de Carlo Ancelotti y si ha tenido conversaciones con él en los últimos meses, semanas o días.
Yeah, I've had a little bit of contact with him, and I think he's just an incredible coach. His CV, his record, the games he's won, the trophies he's won speaks for itself, really. For me, it's a brilliant opportunity to come and learn from one of the greatest coaches that's ever coached. So, very looking forward to that, and very grateful that he wants me in his squad.
Hey Jude, Geraint from Sky Sports. Congratulations, first of all.
Thank you very much.
If I may, can I just sort of start off at some of the questions I'd like to ask have already been answered. But in terms of, you're the 7th British player to come to Los Blancos.
Yeah.
How do you like an 8th? Maybe Harry Kane, your England captain, to join you. And also, did we see a tear in your father's eye just a few minutes ago? And maybe how much this means to your mum, Mark, and your mum, Denise, and your dad, Mark.
Yeah, as far as the Harry Kane rumours, I can't comment on that. He's a world-class player. He's my captain for the national team, and I love him as a player and as a person. And whatever happens there happens, but it's not really for me to comment about. And as for the tears of my father, I don't know if that was just sweat. To be fair, he doesn't often cry, so I think maybe he just caught a bit of sweat drip down his cheek. But I'll have to watch it back very closely and give him some banter about it. Oh, it means a lot to join this club. I'm represented and the deal's been done mainly through my family members, so it's just amazing the respect that the club showed my family, really. Didn't try and manipulate them in any way. It was a seamless process, so I'm just so grateful for how them and the club have got along, and as you can see, it's a lot of work from them, for them that's gone into this deal. And so that's probably why they were so happy, and yeah, it does mean a lot to them because it means a lot to me.
Buenas tardes, Jude. Bienvenido a Madrid. José Luis Sánchez de La Sexta. Ha dicho el presidente en la presentación que ha renunciado a otros clubes de tu país, de Inglaterra, por venir al Real Madrid. Quería preguntarte de dónde te nace ese sentimiento hacia el Real Madrid para que un chico joven inglés tenga ese sentimiento hacia este club, hacia el Real Madrid, y haya preferido el Real Madrid por encima de otros clubes ingleses.
I think the respect that England has for Real Madrid is so high. The pedigree in Europe is the best, simple as. So I think it comes from there. As you grow up, you start to mature and watch games from previous years and understand the achievements of what came before you. And I took a lot of interest in that, and I think that's what makes Madrid so kind of appealing to me. Is it's a great history, but you want to be one of the players that adds to it and continues to make the club the greatest.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Buenos días. Olivier Lorenzo del País. Muchas personas que han coincidido contigo en los clubes te han descrito como una persona madura y extremadamente perfeccionista. Me gustaría que nos comentara estas dos cualidades y sobre todo la segunda, cómo la vas a vivir en un club tan exigente como el Madrid. Gracias.
Yeah, I know the demands of the club are great because it's a great club, but I see it as a brilliant responsibility rather than pressure, so I'll embrace that. And as for the maturity, I don't know, I think when you're playing in a professional environment with grown men from the age of 15, 16, you learn to grow up fast and understand responsibility sooner. And as I've gone to Dortmund, I've been given bigger roles on each year, and I've adapted well to them because of the teammates, because of my family, because of the coaches. They tell me what it takes to be able to carry this responsibility, so I hope to continue that here.
Hola, Jude, por aquí, Alberto Pereira, Onda Cero. Hace poco vimos un vídeo tuyo en redes sociales donde te pedían que hablaras del mediocampo que más te gustaba y metías a Kroos, metías a Valverde y hablabas de jugadores que están aquí en el Madrid. Sois 7 mediocentros para la temporada que viene a la espera de que renueve Ceballos. ¿Qué es para ti compartir por lo menos un año con Modric y con Kroos, que son jugadores que ya has dicho que te gustan mucho?
For me, yeah, it's invaluable for my career, for my experience. The things I'll gain from, especially the two older lads, Modric and Kroos, will be unbelievable. Their knowledge of the game, the way they play it, their experience will be so great for me, and I'll just be like a sponge around them, really, trying to steal anything they've got. They'll probably be annoyed of me after the first week or so, but yeah, I can't wait to learn from those guys and then combine with the young guys as well that have already been here. I think it's a great squad from what I've heard from everyone in the club. The players are not just good players, but great people as well, and that's really important, so I look forward to linking up with all of them.
¿Qué tal, Jude? Aquí Martín Pérez para Movistar Plus. Has elegido un número mítico en el Real Madrid, el 5 de Zinedine Zidane, y no sé si sientes algo de presión por llevar este dorsal con la camiseta blanca. Gracias.
Yeah, I think the T-shirt itself is enough responsibility. I think I've put myself in maybe a bit of an uncomfortable position taking number 5 to you guys, but for me it's just maybe a bit of homage to a player that I've really appreciated growing up. He's a great player, he was the best, but for me I'm trying to have my own path and maybe extend the legacy of the number instead of trying to reach his. So yeah, I'll use everything that I've got around me to try and do good by the number and by the player.
Aquí, ¿qué tal, Jude? Soy Edu Aguirre del Chiringuito, bienvenido a Madrid. Está claro que con 19 años tú ya eres una estrella. Quería saber si te gustaría compartir vestuario con otra estrella, como Kylian Mbappé.
Yeah, like I said for the Harry Kane question, it's not really any of my business. They're both unbelievable players, the best in the world at their positions. So I can't really comment. I don't know his situation. I've seen some of it on the internet and on Twitter, and if anything, that my whole saga, if you like, has taught me that it's not everything that you see is true, and don't take that word for word. So I'm trying to build my own opinion from what I know, but in all honesty, he's a great player. Whatever he chooses to do, all the best to him. Would I like to play with a player like Kylian Mbappe? Who wouldn't?
Hi Jude, Sid Lowe from The Guardian. Welcome to Madrid. I wanted to ask you a little bit about this whole process. Obviously, you said on the face of it, it's very simple. It's Real Madrid, it's the biggest club in the world with the greatest history. I just wondered if there's been a kind of an analytical process in all of this as well. If you looked at the way that they play, if you thought about your fit within the team, whether there's been, if you like, a kind of a studying of Madrid as you take this process, and indeed, obviously, as you now begin to train with them.
I'm a big fan, by the way. I used to do La Liga on Sky and all the channels in England, so I'm a big fan. But yeah, I've not just come here because of the size of the club. Obviously, it's huge. But when the guys pitched the I don't know how you say it. Yeah, the vision of the team. I was completely involved and I was all in. It's not just, oh, we're Real Madrid, we want you to come and join for us. That is enough for me, to be honest. But then the ideas they had were so good that it's just so exciting, and it's an opportunity that I thought I couldn't turn down, to be honest.
Hola, Jude. Aquí. ¿Qué tal? Buenas tardes. Sergio Quirante de DAZN. Me gustaría saber cuándo decides fichar por el Real Madrid. Si es viéndole jugando la Champions, si es hace pocos meses, ¿cuándo lo decides y cómo ha sido este tiempo hasta que ha llegado hoy el día?
I think the exact moment's hard to say. I had the meeting where they came to my house, and I was sold, to be honest, but I can't really remember when that was. So yeah, that was the moment when for me it was definite. But like I said, you're always in admiration of the club, watching them win the Champions League. I was at the final when they beat Liverpool. That was another huge factor. But yeah, there's a load of things really that go into making a decision to join this club, because there's been a load of reasons, and that's all there is really.
Hi Jude, Tom Allnut for The Times. You must have just spent a couple of days with the Manchester City guys, with England. I just wonder, when you see how Manchester City won the treble, and also especially how they beat Real Madrid in the Champions League, is part of your job to bring this club back to kind of matching that kind of level now? Is that the challenge for Real Madrid? Yeah, of course. A club like Madrid and its fans and the people who work for the club deserve to have trophies every year. This year, obviously, they didn't manage to get the La Liga and the Champions League, but obviously that's the standard that I want to help the club reach, where they can compete for those very, very closely every year. As for City, they had a great season, but yeah, it just gives us more fire really to go for it next year.
Hola Jude, aquí Jorge Picón de Relevo, bienvenido. Permíteme que insista en el 5 y en la figura de Zidane. Según tengo entendido, coincidisteis en el palco de París en la final de Champions del año pasado. No sé si en ese momento ya le preguntaste por el Real Madrid, y si en este proceso tuyo de elegir equipo has llegado a hablar con él, o incluso le has llegado a pedir permiso para llevar ese 5. Gracias.
There was a little question in there at the final. I didn't want to make it too obvious or disturb him too much. If he had let me, I would have probably talked his ear off for 3 or 4 hours. But no, there hasn't really been any contact since then. I wouldn't know how to reach him. But yeah, it's like I said, a big honour to follow in the footsteps and wear his number. And yeah, an amazing person to meet as well. He was amazing with all my family. So yeah, a lot of respect for him. Yeah.
Aquí, buenos días, Juan Ignacio García Ochoa del diario Marca. En las pocas horas que llevas aquí en el Real Madrid, en las instalaciones, en lo que has visto, ¿qué es lo que más te ha impresionado, te ha deslumbrado?
Probably in the room where I signed the contract with the trophies. I think that was the biggest one for me. All 14 of them were staring at you, and you can't wait to get your hands on one yourself. So it was really exciting. It was very nice to look at and very motivating. So yeah, I'd say that was the most eye-catching thing.
Hola Jude, aquí. Abraham Romero El Mundo, enhorabuena por el fichaje. Eres un jugador inglés diferente, porque la mayoría de grandes jugadores ingleses están en la Premier. ¿Cuánta presión has tenido del aficionado inglés o de tus compañeros de la selección o amigos ingleses para fichar por un club de la Premier?
Yeah, of course, at the World Cup and at the national team camps, it's hard. All of them wanted to see me come back to England and play for their teams, which I really appreciate. But I like the idea of this being kind of out my comfort zone, if you like. Maybe would be an easier option to go back to England, my native country, and live there and play there in the Premier League. But it's just I couldn't turn down Real Madrid, really. The club's so big, as I've said already 100 times. But yeah, it just felt like the right move for me. And like I said before, it wasn't because the other clubs were bad or no, nothing like that. It was just because Real Madrid was where I wanted to be.
Hi Jude, John Watson from the BBC. Congratulations again on what must be an incredible day for you and your family. I just wondered, obviously, with the recent World Cup and your experiences, having established yourself now in the national side, if that, you feel, will help you deal with the demands and pressures, obviously, you're going to experience now playing for a club the size of Real Madrid.
Yeah, like I said, I think the expectations I've had on myself since I've started playing football and since I joined Dortmund has always been higher than the expectation anyone could put on me. So I know the level that I need to be at, and I know the level I want to be at. And yeah, you get a good taste of that from the World Cup because there was a lot of expectations after my early performances in the tournament. So it's all brilliant experience. It's all a great learning for me, and I don't just want to come here and win. Of course, would be amazing, but I also want to develop my game, which I know all the.
Hola, Jude. Pete Jensen, the Daily Mail. Congratulations for the move. I wanted to ask you a question from the perspective of the England team. Have you spoken to Gareth Southgate? Did you speak to him before the decision? Have you spoken to him since the decision? And in what ways does this potentially make you a better international player than maybe having gone to another big club? What else does it give you, the move to Madrid?
I think from a national team point of view, it means that I'm going to experience playing in Spain. So it's a different culture of football, it's a different style, and that can maybe give to the players that have only experienced England. So it's nice for me to be able to give them that whilst they can give me the side that's obviously the Premier League. And yeah, Gareth Southgate's someone that I've spoke to quite a bit recently because of obviously the games coming up and myself not being available, and he's always just so supportive. We have a really good relationship. He's obviously trusted me more recently to play in the starting 11. I'm very grateful, and yeah, we have a great relationship. He texted me this morning actually just wishing me well, so yeah, we have a great relationship.
Hola, Jude, aquí. Manuel de Juan para el diario AS. Te quería preguntar, tú eres un jugador de solo 10... Perdón, que me quito esto. Eres un jugador de solo 19 años y, sin embargo, el precio de tu traspaso se ha ido por encima de los 100 millones de euros. Sé que eso a los jugadores no os tiene que importar porque es una cuestión de acuerdo entre clubes, pero no sé si te presiona ver que se ha pagado una cantidad tan grande por un futbolista como tú.
Yeah, well, it depends what newspaper you read to find the real price. It's not something I'm concerned about. I'm never really interested in knowing what exactly it is. For me, it doesn't matter how much I've come here for. The objective's the same. It's to win trophies, and it's to help Real Madrid continue to be the biggest team in the world. I'm a footballer, not a lawyer or an accountant, and my job is to take care of business out on the pitch.
¿Qué tal, Jude? Ángel Hernández de Radio, bienvenido a España. Has elegido el mejor lugar, sin duda. A los 17 años ya fuiste el jugador más caro de esa edad. Han hablado antes de la presión, imagino que estarás acostumbrado a ello. ¿Cómo vas a afrontar venir a un club con tanta historia y con tanto peso como el Real Madrid?
Yeah, like you said, I think pressure's followed me everywhere so far, even at Birmingham being the youngest ever player, and the expectations of having to play a big role in the team, and the same going to Dortmund, like you said. So I use the experience that I've already got, and I'll gain more experience from feeling the fans and feeling the players in terms of how they deal with it. But like I said, I'm like a sponge. I'm always learning, and I'm using my own experiences, and yeah, I feel like I'll be just fine with it.
We have time for 2 more questions. Últimas 2 preguntas.
De gana de The Athletic. Yo quería ver si nos puedes llevar al momento en el que sabes por primera vez que el Real Madrid ha llamado a tus padres y que quiere ficharte. ¿Dónde estabas? ¿Cómo reaccionas? ¿Qué sientes? Gracias y bienvenido.
I think I'd always been aware of the interest from England, and so that was pretty normal. But it was a bit of a surprise when my dad sat me down and said, you know, you've had a bit of interest from Real Madrid. I think maybe 12, 15 months ago, maybe. So, yeah, when he said that, my goosebumps really. My heart was close to stopping, because it's just something you don't expect growing up to be able to play for a team like this. So when it actually manifests itself, it's just such an amazing feeling.
Aquí, Carlos Vicente en directo para Radio Marca, bienvenido. Quería preguntarte cómo te autodefines como jugador, también posicionalmente, y cuáles crees que son tus puntos fuertes.
All good? Okay. Yeah, well, I just feel like I'm a midfielder that can do a little bit of everything. Whatever the coach wants me to do, I'll do it. I think probably one of my biggest strengths is that I can give you a wider range of skills, and hopefully I can show that in a Madrid shirt. Wherever the coach wants me to play, like I've said, I'll do it with no fuss, and anything to try and help the team win and continue the success of this club. Thank you very much. Thank you guys. Have a good evening.